Hey everyone, Jeff May here. Now, if you're anything like me, you are a huge supporter of your local comic shop. And right now, they need us more than ever. So what I'm going to do right now is give some suggestions on how you can support your LCS with me. Now, the first thing you should be doing is contacting them. Call them, send an email, or go through social media and see if they're open for mail order, delivery, or curbside pickup. Many stores are doing this right now, and they have the ability to make a transaction and get you the books that you need. Now, another thing you can do if you don't want books specifically yet, but you do want to support them, is to buy a gift certificate. That was the first thing that my store suggested that I do when I called them to ask how I could support them. Now, you may notice that right here behind me, I have quite an extensive collection of trade paperbacks and graphic novels. So what I'm going to do is make some suggestions up for you that your local comic shop is probably going to have, and you can maybe pick these books up because I'm pretty sure you're going to enjoy them. First up is my man Daredevil. That's right, he's on my shirt for a reason. Now, first off, I want to talk about the Brian Michael Bendis and Alex Maleev run that started with Volume 4, and you'll see right here. You got it? Good. Now, this book is utterly fantastic. It really is a throwback to the Frank Miller era of Daredevil, that sort of more rooted in crime, street level stuff. And the optics and visuals by Alex Maleev are unbelievable. I can't suggest this enough. Now, it starts at Volume 4, but if you want to go back, there are some fantastic books. Volume 1 of Daredevil Visionaries, that would be Kevin Smith and Joe Quesada. We also have Volume 2, written by David Mack with art by Joe Quesada. And Bendis and David Mack worked together on Volume 3. So they all tie together. But if you want to just start where I suggest, go for it, because it starts an amazing and legendary run on Daredevil that lasted for so many volumes. Such a great book. I can't suggest it enough. Now, up next for you Caped Crusader fans, I'm going to be suggesting Batman: The Long Halloween. Now, for those of you who have already read it, you're saying, yeah, obviously Long Halloween. But I'm surprised to find out how many people have never read this book. And it is utterly fantastic, considered one of the greatest Batman stories of all time, and started the long-running partnership of Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale that we are going to see for decades. Now, this book was originally published back in 1996, and you can really see the evolution of it in these sequels that we have in Haunted Night and Dark Victory. So all three of these books should probably be available. Now, Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale really knocked it out of the park, and this is such an important book that many people are saying that a lot of the new The Batman film coming out is going to pull a lot from this source material. So definitely check that out. You're going to want to grab a hold of Batman: The Long Halloween as soon as you can. Runaways. Where do I start? Written by Brian K. Vaughan, the guy who brought you Saga and Why the Last Man, among a million other amazing stories, brings a fantastic all-ages story of a group of young kids who find out their parents are supervillains. Now, this is an unbelievably well-written and put-together book. Back in the day, I used to teach 8th grade, and I had to keep 6 volumes of just Volume 1 so the kids wouldn't fight over them when it was free reading time. This book really stands up. It lasts. There's a reason that Hulu made it such a cool show. Now, I have the digest versions, which you still might be able to find, but they also have them in trade paperback and hardcover versions, and they're usually available at comic shops. So this is definitely a good story if you have kids ages, say, 10 to 14 that are looking to read something that they haven't read yet. This book rocks. Now, you might not be in the mood for something from Marvel and DC, or you might not be in the mood for superheroes. And for that, I've got you covered. How about 2 independent books about anthropomorphic warrior animals? First, Stan Sakai's Usagi Yojimbo. first brought to my attention during the 1987 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon, and I was surprised to find out that this comic has been published since 1984. Stan Sakai is a master of storytelling, and this is an amazing book that I suggest you pick up. David Peterson's Mouse Guard is considered one of the highest points of literary achievement in independent comics today. Mouse Guard is beautifully and lushly illustrated. The amount of detail that David puts in is unbelievable. But beyond that, the story, telling the tale of mice struggling to survive during a medieval setting, basing the volumes on seasons and years. Right here, volume 1 is fall of 1152. Mouse Guard is an utterly unbelievable piece of comic book art. I can't suggest it enough, and I am sure that your local comic shop has this book as well as all of the other books that I've offered today. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Let's go together and let's support our local comic shops and let them know that we are here for them because we know that they've been there for us. Thank you so much. My name's Jeff May, and don't forget to let your geek side show.
Be sure to subscribe by clicking the S icon on your screen and click that bell icon to be notified whenever a new video is posted. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to let your geek side show.